Will a change of guard in the US presidential election make a difference to India? That's the issue we are looking at. Well, on one side, the issue is that it would be absolutely of very little consequence whether it is Donald Trump or Joe Biden that is elected to power. And why do we say that? Well, if you look at the recent developments, two US secretaries, US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and US Secretary of Defense Mark Esper is here in India to sign the BECA agreement, which is the Basic Exchange of Cooperation Act. This is a very important and significant act that has been signed by both the sides, which deals with exchange of military information and data and intelligence. So something of this level of importance has been signed at a time when there's just a few days to go for voting, which indicates that whether it is Donald Trump or Joe Biden, this kind of bilateral talks or dialogue is likely to continue uninterrupted. Otherwise, something of this level of strategic importance would have been kept on hold for the change of regime process to be over, and then India-US strategic relations could have been re-strategized or reimagined, but that has not happened. Secondly, we all know that at a time like this, India and US is already in a very comfortable strategic embrace, which means that the stakes are high for both sides and each side needs the partnership to work out. And it's very clear now that Pakistan is, of course, a protege of China, and therefore US needs a firm foothold in India to sort of even out that balance of power. And when we look at the two important and critical issues of trade and territory, it is a mutually beneficial relationship. US wants India to keep the Chinese trade aggression in check, and similarly India wants the United States to stop China in its ranks when it comes to its military aggression or territorial aggression. And the timing is just right for the inking of an agreement of this nature, and it has happened in the middle of the election fever in the United States, and therefore this argument that a change of guard is actually of very little consequence to India. But on the other side, there is the other view as well, that when it comes to the ideological aspect, Donald Trump is more suitable. A Republican government headed by Donald Trump has worked in India's favor since the President and the Prime Minister, President Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, have a great bonhomie. The friendship is in full throttle, and it's not unknown to anyone as of now that when it comes to the Kashmir policy, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have not spoken very favorably on India's policy on Kashmir. So there might be some discomfiture in store if Biden and Harris are elected to power for the Modi government. In that sense, Donald Trump is more ideologically aligned to the policies of Narendra Modi. Some other flagship issues of the Modi government, like the Citizenship Amendment Act, also have not been spoken about very favorably by Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. And therefore, the issue about the ideology, when that is in question, yes, it's true that Donald Trump seems to be more aligned, but at the same time, again, being extremely unreliable and unpredictable, Donald Trump has not been consistent. I mean, it has taken him nothing to call India's air is filthy and, in a way not honor that friendship after having found out that in the opinion poll that most of the Indian voters are likely to choose Biden. So after that opinion poll, it seems that Donald Trump has not been caring much for the Indian diaspora. And therefore, it might make better sense to have somebody a little bit more steady and reliable and consistent when it comes to taking the friendship forward, and Joe Biden may be a better and a safer bet for India. Those are the two sides. Thanks for watching Two Sides with Afrida.